I'm live, theoretically, as always. Hey, it's me, Lauren, the filmmaker extraordinaire. I am still sick, so I sound terrible. I have a Propel. So if you see me drinking something, that's why, because I'm still sick. So I mostly wanted to make this because I hit 2,000 subscribers. Yay me. Thank you. And I'm just like really excited about it. I kind of think it's crazy. Like I was checking and I hit 1,000 subscribers like 6, 7 months ago. So to have hit the next 1,000 subscribers is surreal to me. And I'm very grateful for everybody who like watches my videos, comments on them, watch when I go live, watches the replays, like whatever it is. It's just really crazy to me because I like started this YouTube channel in 2018 and I was like amusingly sick in my like first ever real vlog, and I made it like because I just wanted to get some experience editing, and now I just like actually have really I can't even speak. Now I just have like a lot of fun making videos, sharing stupid things. And I thought for all my new subscribers that like haven't seen me that much or like mostly know me from my shorts content, that I would do just a little like Q&A that I found. So I am not making up these questions. They're from a website. I'll be like using my phone. But if you have any questions that you want to ask me about like whatever, please feel free to leave them in the chat like as you're watching, and I will do my best to answer them. Or if you're watching this like later, you can comment a question and I answer like all comments as long as they're not creepy. So there we go. And it starts off real basic. Okay, like the very first question is, what is your favorite color? And obviously it's purple. Maybe not obviously, since I'm literally wearing red. Red is like my second favorite color. So there we have it, folks. But purple is my favorite color. Do I like indoors or outdoors better? I feel like that's not a stupid question, but like it really depends on the weather, because I love going outdoors and like by a lake, a nice little hike, the beach. But like you add rain, and then I'm like an indoors girly all the way. Like nothing is better than watching it rain outside. Like you're cozy, snuggled up with a book, and it's raining outside. But if it's like snowing, if it's not a blizzard, if it's snow, it's really fun to be outside. So I cannot pick indoors or outdoors. Because I am like mentally ill, I probably spend more time indoors, but I'm probably happier when I'm outdoors. So take that as you will. What's one thing you cannot live without? So unfortunately, probably one thing I cannot live without would be my phone. I know that's like a basic answer, and like a not like a stupid answer, but not like the best answer ever. But recently, I had to get my phone fixed and I was stressing out. I was like, what if my phone breaks and then I'm stranded? Because I use my phone for like GPS to get around everywhere. Like since I moved across the country, like you would think I've been here for several months now, like you would have a sense of like where things are. No, 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 no. I use my GPS to get everywhere. I went to the store the other day, and it was on the same street. Like I live on one street. There's like one long street, and then I had to turn like left. And I had to use my GPS for that, even though I was going in a straight line for like a mile and a half, and then I just did one left turn. And I used my GPS because I was paranoid that I was gonna get lost or stuck or whatever. Because this one time that I like was driving around LA and I like didn't use my GPS, I got lost, and then I had to like I panicked. So I use my phone to like get around everywhere, walking or driving. I use my phone to like stay in touch with all my friends and family who like do not live near me. I use my phone for music. I use my phone for entertainment. I couldn't live without it. And that's sort of pathetic because but like it's true. What cuisine is your favorite? Probably Italian. I love pasta. I love chicken parmesan. Yeah, that's about it. And, like, my mom's chicken parm, so good. I feel like I've talked about my mom's chicken parm on my YouTube channel, like, several times, but, like, I can't help it, it's the best. Do you like playing video games? I mean, I play The Sims, and I play some, like, mobile games sometimes, but I wouldn't really call myself, like, a gamer, not really, because I'm, like I just don't do that kinda stuff. Are you a good singer? I like to think so. Not like now while I'm sick and like congested and nasally, but when I'm not sick, I do think I have a good voice. And I used to sing like in like school choir, church choir. I was the cantor at my college choir. So, either I'm a good singer or like I was the best of the worst. You know what I mean? What inspires you? I feel like a ton of things inspire me, honestly. I'm I feel like life can like just inspire me, which is maybe very corny and cheesy to say, but like it's just the truth. Like what's wrong with life? But like for more serious things that inspire me, I would say like great films inspire me to like make my own stories, to like come up with my own innovative ways of like communicating to other people. And, like, people who inspire me, I mean, I took a whole class on Martin Scorsese, and I, like, didn't like Scorsese that much before I took the class, not gonna lie. But, like, after taking the class, I was like, he really is an inspiration because not only is he a, like, great filmmaker, but he really cares about film preservation and, like, going back and telling stories that haven't been told before, uncovering stories that weren't told, and, like, I think that's beautiful. I would love to help, like, the cinema community one day by, like, helping recover lost stories. Um, Also, like, my grandfather really inspires me. I definitely have talked about that before on my channel, but, he's just, like, one of my heroes because, like, he had kind of had a tough life, and then he was, like, a firefighter, so he was, like, a real hero, and not that, like, there are so many ways to, like, be a hero and be a great person, but he, like, literally saved people's lives and, like, risked his own, and that's crazy to me because I feel like such, like, a wimp sometimes, and I was like, "No, you have, like, relatives who were, like, real heroes, like, you can do it too, you know, like, you have the potential to do something crazy or great," and that's, I think, really awesome. Who is your favorite artist? So, I'm assuming they mean painter, but I can kind of address all of them. My favorite painter is Monet. I mean, I have a bunch of that I really like, but I just love Monet's work. His like water lilies are beautiful, and I could just like stay forever like at museums where I see his stuff. I always have to take, like a picture, and I don't know. I would just like die if I could ever. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Giverny, maybe. I would love to be able to go to like see his house, see his gardens, like see where he actually was inspired to create like some of his most beautiful work because his paintings like really like speak to my soul, I think. My favorite musical artist, Taylor Swift, obviously. Um, do I have any regrets? That is a deep question to come out of after who are your favorite artist? Do you have any regrets? Um, I feel like I don't have any like serious regrets. Like, um, I don't know. I mean, there are things that I would have changed, like that I would have not have done maybe because like they had bad consequences or like friendships that I kind of lost that like makes me sad about. But I feel like anything that I really chose for myself, because I'm not going to talk about things that like happened to me that like I had no say in because like I don't think that's the right mindset to have about regrets. Um, I don't know. I feel like I had this question come up where my friend was like, "Would you, like, go back in time and, like, relive your life from a certain point of your time, like, knowing what you know now? Like, you could change it, make it different." And I don't think I would, like, go back because then I would not only would I lose, like, everything that I've experienced, like, after that point, but, like, I could be a totally different person, and basically all my life experiences have created who I am today, and I feel like I wouldn't be like, so, like, confident, not that I'm the most confident person ever, but, like, I wouldn't be so comfortable in a lot of ways if I, like, redid things. I guess, like, for a more serious thing, like, my maybe a regret of mine would be, uh, like, the one period of my life where I was, like, trigger warning eating disorder, like, calorie counting. My like, technically, my nutritionist told me to do that, and I did do that, and it did sorta help me in the short term, but in the long term, it definitely did not help me, and, um, maybe I would not do that. I regret that because that caused, like, a relapse for me, later down the line in a way. So, no calorie counting for Lauren, but that's may probably it. That's the only thing that comes to mind really because otherwise, like, I'm the person I am today because of what I my life choices. Who is your favorite actor? Um, that's really tough. I don't know if I have a really like a favorite actor. There's actors I really like. Um, I mean, for a while, my favorite actor was probably Peter Capaldi because he was like the Doctor in Doctor Who. But I feel like there should be someone like a favorite actor. I don't know. I'm like blanking on actors. As far as favorite actress, I really like Emma Watson. I think she's really cool. Um, wow, I literally work in the film industry, and I like am blanking on names of actors and actresses right now. I also really liked Elijah Wood because he was Frodo Baggins. But that's because I really liked Frodo. I didn't really care so much about anyone else. Have you ever saved someone's life? I don't think so. I am like I was like CPR certified for a time, like in like high school, but I never had to do anything with it. I could argue that I saved a dog's life once because I like scooped her out of the road before a car hit her. And then she bit me in the hand. So that was great. Would you ever start your own business? I think it would depend on like what the business would be. I definitely have like pondered maybe one day having my own like film production company. And one sec, I need to take a sip of my water because I think like I really believe in increasing representation like of stories like on screen, people behind the scenes, and I think it would be cool to like tell more LGBT plus stories, more stories like people with mental illnesses. And obviously the best way to like greenlight that kind of story is to run your own production company. So you can put your own stamp of approval on it. And that would probably be what I would be interested in doing. Like I did get a business minor in college, sort of for that reason. Like if one day I wanted to have my own like company, I had like some background skill or knowledge that I could use. But I'm also pretty content like not having my own business. I mean, especially right now, like girls just trying to get through the day sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty happy just vibing, going to work, leaving work, crashing on my bed, and then like trying to work on my own stories on the side. But like because it's not my own business, it doesn't like consume me all my thoughts day and night. Like if you have your own company, it feels like it would be like very all encompassing, which is really cool and very impressive, but maybe not like for me right now. Who is your favorite sibling? Now I have 2 siblings, and I feel like I can kinda cop out on this one because I have a twin and then I have an older sister, and I feel like when I think of, like, a sibling, I think of, like, my older sister, but my twin is my twin. So, I feel like I don't know, it's hard to pick a favorite. Um, we have very different relationships, like, me and my older sister, me and my twin, we have very different relationships because my twin and I, like, shared a room growing up, and you've seen her in like several of my videos. If you've watched, like, if you've been a fan for a while, you've definitely seen Nicole in some videos. My older sister's been in some as well, but like not as frequently because she like was at college, kind of when I was like already when I started my channel. Um, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'd probably say my twin, but that's like hard because we literally grew up in the same room. So it feels like it's not really fair. It's not really a fair question. How many cousins do you have? Oh, let's see. I have 3 cousins, then I have 5 cousins. I'm not counting spouses of cousins. I think I have 8? I feel like I'm forgetting a cousin, but oh well, hopefully no one's watching and being, like, offended that they're like, "I'm the ninth cousin." What is your favorite book? Okay. Now, my favorite book, my like, real favorite book would be probably, like, Pride and Prejudice or Emma or something by Jane Austen. But my, like, favorite book, like, the one that, like, gripped me and I have reread, like, 50,000 times and will never stop is Into the Wild by Aaron Hunter, the Warrior Cat series, novel of one. Because I used to read that book like, I would read the whole series every time a new book came out, and there's, like, 100 books now in the series. And I would, no joke, reread the entire series every time a new book came out because I was obsessed. And, like, I got to the point where I, like, knew the books better than Aaron Hunter knew the books. Like, so they released this special edition, like, book where they were talking about, like, "Oh, Crooked Jaw caught a trout with a bad jaw, and that's how they made him deputy." And I was like, "No, he caught a squirrel with a crooked jaw." And I like referenced I went back into like his book and I'm like, yeah, it was a squirrel. They really done goofed. I'm like, how do you mess up your own story like that? Like, come on, dude. Anyways, it just gets me very fired up. What makes you proud? Well, I'm proud that I graduated college. I know that like for a while it was kind of like not expected or like assumed, but like it was kind of like a given that I was going to graduate college. But I'm still really proud of myself for doing so, especially because in my last semester, not only was I like going to school, like doing like taking classes, having my part-time job, but I was also applying for jobs like after college, and I was in like an intensive therapy program. So I was super, super busy and I was like still managing to do everything that I needed to do. So that makes me really proud. I still like managed to work on my senior film, which I'm also really proud of. My senior film that will one day become public on YouTube. It's still like trickling slowly through like any other more festival circuit kind of thing. So kind of wait a few more months, I think, to see if it gets anywhere that requires not a online presence. And then once that kind of period's done, then I will release it to the public. Do you like to stay up late? I used to like to stay up late. My current medication that I'm on makes me super tired. So I don't stay up that late anymore unless I have like a special circumstance going on, like I'm out with friends or like something else. But I feel like I like the idea of staying up late because you're like pretending that you have control over your life. You know, you're like, haha, I'm not going to bed, even though then you just like regret that the next day when you're exhausted. So it's not really like a great plan, but like it works. Where do you want to live 10 years from now? 10 years from now. Oh my gosh. Oh well, 10 years from now, I'll be 32. Crikey. That's old. Well, it's not that old, but like that sounds old to me. I don't know. I mean, I feel like probably either LA or like New York City is where I would want to be 10 years from now, depending on like where my career goes. Like, but I mean, I've only been in LA for a few months. I really like it. Like, I definitely see myself living here for like several years, 10 years. I don't know. I might like move into like a suburb in 10 years from now. Like, I have no clue where I'll be 10 years from now. But it's kind of my shot in the dark stab. Um, what is your favorite food? Probably pizza. Um, I know I was, like, raving about my mom's chicken parm earlier in this video, and that's definitely up there, but, like, pepperoni pizza, like, from, like, Costco or the buffalo chicken pizza from the Trattoria in my hometown, to die for. So good. I can't believe that I haven't had that in months because I've been in LA, but, yeah, I love pizza. Have you ever donated to charity? I have donated to charity. Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm not sure, like, I've donated to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, the, Lakota Wolf Preserve, the Wildlife Conservation Society, I don't know, I've donated to a bunch of things. Am I a quiet person? No, I am not a quiet person, yay, cough. But I'm not a quiet person, like, if I'm quiet, I'm probably sick, super uncomfortable, or like sleepy. Otherwise, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about anything, nothing, like everything, whatever it is. I will be talking. If I'm like slightly nervous but not crazy nervous, I will be babbling off my rocker. Like I will just not shut up because I just talk all the time. What is your favorite movie? Real fans know this answer without me saying anything, but my favorite movie is Lord of the Rings because I mean, how could it not be Lord of the Rings? My like fan favorite movie, like my heart movie, would be Beauty and the Beast, the animated version, but the extended edition one, the one that has the "Human Again" song, very specific. But my like favorite movie that I just love, like the story, the characters, everything, Lord of the Rings. I mean, the music, it just like takes you to a new place and that's what I want. I just would love to be in Middle Earth anytime, any day I would be in Middle Earth. What is my biggest dream in life? My biggest dream in life would probably be to I mean, my most ridiculous dream would be to like win an Oscar or something. But like awards aside, I really want to make like tell a story, make a movie one day that really like changes the way people view something. I don't know what that something will be yet. I Haven't like made my magnum opus yet, obviously. I mean, maybe not obviously, but as a 22-year-old, I'm not at that level of my life where I'm like telling the greatest story of all time yet. But I really want to make a difference in the world, like a positive impact. And I feel like I can do that through like visual storytelling because it's such a universal way of communicating with people. And that's like my big dream. Would you rather live in the city or the country? The city for sure. I like visiting like the country, like vacation, like a little day trip. But I love like the hustle and bustle of the city. I love everything going on in cities. I love like the art scene, the food scene. There's like so many different types of people and cultures. That's exciting to me. It's like invigorating. It gives me energy. So definitely the city. What is your favorite song? I feel like I have multiple favorite songs all the time, but a song that I was like my top song of 2022, according to Apple Replay, was "Young Love and Old Money" by Elizabeth Girardi, which shocked me. I thought it'd be a Taylor Swift song, but it was not. The second song was a Taylor Swift song, but I guess my favorite song by how many times I listened to it would be "Young Love and Old Money," just like by a logical standpoint. Cats or dogs? See, I've always had dogs, like, in my home, but then, like, in college, I, like, fostered 2 cats, and obviously I love cats from the Warrior Cat series. I feel like both I cannot pick. I mean, I would love to have both one day, like a dog and a cat, but I feel like dogs I love a dog because, like, I love taking my dog, like, hiking and to the beach, makes me really happy. Cats can be a little more like, "Grr," but I love it. I love them both. I'm gonna cop out. Beer or wine? Definitely wine. I don't really think I like beer that much. I haven't had that much beer, but I like white wine for sure. Coffee or tea? I like tea. I don't really drink coffee. I think the only time I really had coffee was like in 6th grade. I had like a sip of coffee somewhere and I did not like it. So I've had tea ever since. Apartment or house? I mean, I currently live in an apartment, but like one day I would like to have a house. I feel like it'd just be nicer to have like my own space, like hopefully with like a partner or a family one day. Like I don't want to live in a house like by myself, but like I don't want to live in an apartment forever. I don't want to be like always renting. Like one day it'd be nice to have like my own place. Lake or ocean? Well, this is tricky. Like if I am swimming, I would definitely rather swim in a lake than the ocean because of like the big waves can be a little scary. But if I'm just like looking at it, I love though looking at the ocean. It's like very relaxing and like reassuring in a way. Like there's very like constant with the tide coming in versus like a lake doesn't really have that. But lakes feel like safer to me than the ocean does. Mountains or jungle? Um, Probably mountains. I've never really been to a jungle. I've been to like the woods, but I like mountains. Especially except like going up the mountain. Probably going down the mountain I like more than going up for sure, but then you like the nice view, and then I can pretend that I'm like on a Lord of the Rings adventure. How tall are you? I am 5'7" and a half, and yes, I will include the half until I die because I really want to be 5'8", but I accept it will not happen. Who is your role model? I feel like I have a bunch of different role models, but maybe like as far as film role models go, I love Agnes Varda. She was an iconic lady. She made movies like up until the year before she died, basically. And she like was not afraid to tell like stories that were weird or have strange and unique, like innovative shot types. Like she just didn't care. And that's like what I aspire to be like. How many relationships have you been in? Well, if we're gonna count my like first relationship, um, 4. Apple or Samsung? Samsung, obviously. I might be live streaming on a Mac right now, but I will die before I have an iPhone. What's your best quality? Well, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of nice qualities, but I think my best quality is I have a really big heart. I'm really big on like forgiving people if they like mess up about something, sometimes to my own detriment. But I think like people deserve second chances, and I think that's like a really good quality of mine, like forgiveness and like moving past it. What is your morning routine? What is my morning routine? Well, I wake up, I hit my snooze button, but I don't actually go back to sleep usually when I hit the snooze button. Instead, I go on my phone in the morning. I like, I don't know, send like messages to people, check Twitter, go on like TikTok maybe. And then I finally get up when my snooze goes off after 9 minutes because I have a 9 minute snooze. And then I will like grumpily walk to my like bathroom area where I'll like wash up, do my morning meds, and then I have to figure out what I want to wear for the day. Do you prefer to stay up late? I feel like I already got this question, like asking me if I like staying up late. I mean, if I could stay up late and not be tired in the morning, I would absolutely stay up late. Where would someone find you on a hot summer day? Um, Probably inside where it's air conditioned. But maybe like by the pool. Well, I don't have a pool here. Oh my god, I just spilled Propel on my. Very sad. It's fine, but yeah, I mean, my real answer is probably air inside with an air conditioner. What's your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday would have to be Christmas because I get to be with like my family and it's all a big celebration about like there's like obviously my family element, but I'm Catholic, so it's a big deal for like Jesus, obviously. And it's just like such a happy, hopeful time of year. What's your favorite season? Um, I feel like on the East Coast, I really liked fall because like the trees would change and you could like apple picking and have cider donuts and the cute aesthetic, like finally pull out those boots that you haven't worn all summer. But I feel like now that I'm not on the East Coast, like I feel like maybe spring because summer in LA was like pretty hot. Maybe a little too hot sometimes. Do you like hot dogs or hamburgers? I like cheeseburgers. What's your favorite pizza topping? Pepperoni. Who knows you best? Well, who knows me best? Probably me. But other than me, um, probably either my twin sister or one of my like best friends, either my best friend from college or from high school, who I'm still really close in touch with. Because when you like sob on the phone for hours with somebody, you get very close. um, yeah. Where do you go for help? Well, I go to therapy for help. I also go to my mom. Definitely my mom. I like call my mom. I called my mom the other day to be like, should I take a sick day from work? I'm coughing and I threw up. And she was like, yeah, take a sick day from work. Yes, stupid child, you know? Well, she didn't say it that way, but I feel like that's what she was thinking. Are you lazy or motivated? I mean, I'm pretty motivated unless I'm like in a depressive episode, in which case you would probably say that I'm lazy, but I don't really feel like I'm being lazy. I just feel like there's like no hope in the world. So like what's the point? But usually I feel like I'm pretty motivated, I would say. What's your biggest ambition? I mean, my biggest ambition, I feel like I already said this, would be to win an Oscar for like best director or have a movie I worked on best picture. Aw. I was not thinking you were a stupid child. Thanks, mom. You're the best. I'm so glad that you didn't think that about me. But yeah, I literally, yeah, yeah. Um, who would be your sidekick if you were a superhero? I would love it if my dog was my sidekick. I'm not sure like what he would accomplish as my sidekick, except like barking at everything. But I would still love it. Like, it'd be amazing if he was my sidekick. Super Cal. What would you do if there was a zombie apocalypse? I would accept my fate and become a zombie, basically, because um, ever since I like hurt my foot, I don't really run that much, so I would be caught by a zombie real quick. And then yeah, I would just accept it, you know, and just or I would try to like die first before a zombie got to me. What is your favorite feature about myself? My favorite feature about myself? Probably my eyes. I'm not gonna, like, get up close and personal right now because that'd be weird, but I do like my eyes. Once someone told me that there were flecks of gold in my eyes, and was he crazy? Yeah, he was, but I have remembered that forever because it made me feel special. Um, who is my celebrity crush? Ian Somerhalder, for sure. I know he's, like, getting old, not, like, old, old, but, like, oh my god, love him. When was my first kiss? Uh, 15? I wanna say I was 15. Yeah, that sounds about right. What time were you born? I was born at 12:12 AM. Sorry, mom. You had to really deal with that. Do I believe in aliens? Um, I believe in, like, life there must be life beyond this planet because, like, I don't see how we could have the only, like, life in the universe because the universe is huge, there are countless galaxies. So I guess I believe in aliens. Do you believe in ghosts? I don't really believe in ghosts. I believe in angels. So maybe like people could see them as like one thing that I see them as something else. But yeah, I believe in angels. Would you live on Mars if you had the chance? I would not. I don't believe in I don't think that we as people like from Earth have the right to like colonize and take over other planets and destroy them like we've destroyed our own planet. What was your worst nightmare? Okay, so my worst nightmare was well, probably the worst nightmare I've ever had was, like, when I felt like a dementor was, like, sucking my soul. That was scary. Um, and that was, like, the last night that, like, the door in the hallway was, like, slightly open to my memory. I mean, it could all be made up. It could all be made up in my own head. But, like, my memory was that we used to have the door open, and I saw this, like, dementor go down the hallway and come into my room and, like, suck my soul, and the door was always closed after that. If you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be? I feel like we already talked about this, but I would make it the trilogy of Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. I could watch that for the rest of my life because it's, like, so long. I'd be all set. Um, who is my least favorite band or artist? I don't really have, like, a least favorite. I just don't listen to, like, rap music. Are you an introvert or extrovert? I think I'm an extrovert. I mean, sometimes I, like, need, like, a little time for myself, but I think I'm pretty extroverted. What food can't you stand? Well, I don't like sushi, but the actual food I can't stand is like intense dairy things, like milkshakes. My body will not tolerate that. No way. Are you religious? I am religious. I said I'm Catholic. I am like a practicing Catholic. I go to mass like almost every week and I pray. And yeah. Would you change anything about your upbringing? I don't really think so. I had a great childhood. um, My parents, like, really raised me, like, very, like, do your homework. But that really helped me because I did my homework, and then I got a good scholarship for college. Then I graduated college, so it all worked out. And they taught me to, like, be, like, a good person, I think. I mean, maybe I'm just, like, pulling stuff out of thin air, but I think I'm a good person, and I think my parents helped me to be a good person. What is my favorite type of car? I like don't know cars, but I've always wanted a red Mini Cooper. I don't own that. I own a Toyota Corolla, but I think the Mini Coopers are really cute. Or like a big truck, like a big red truck, because like my cousin in Wisconsin, like once I got to be in her big truck, and I was like, wow, I'm so tall. I'm so high up off the ground. What is your least favorite thing about the country you live in? There are a lot of things that are pretty bad about this country. Like systemic racism, like transphobia, uh, people being against LGBT people, anti-Semitism. There's a lot of problems with this country, but I do think overall, like we're doing our best. What is your most embarrassing moment as a kid? I don't know. I feel like I blocked out a lot of embarrassing moments from when I was a kid. Maybe my mom knows an embarrassing moment when I was a kid, but I feel like I like don't remember much. That was like super embarrassing. Maybe it's all maybe it's repressed. I don't know. Have you won any special awards in school? Well, I got a Spanish award for like my love of the language, which came with like $30, which I thought was interesting. I got a award from like my TV class, like for being like the best at whatever, like a TV creation or something. That was a cool award. And I won a award at college for like filmmaking, which I used that money towards my senior film. What is or would be your first tattoo? So I have like wow, I have two tattoo ideas. One is like a rose on my foot, but it's like an arrow, like pointing me forward, but it's like a rose. And then another one would be like, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not gonna sneeze. That was weird. That was a weird moment. Would be beauty lies within like on my rib cage. Who do you trust with your life? Uh Nicole, my twin. Definitely. I mean, I trust a lot of people in my life, but like number one would be Nicole because like we went on our own big like hiking trip and there was like no one around at one point. It was just us two in the woods. And I was like, if I were to like fall over right now or like a rattlesnake, we passed a rattlesnake. Like if I'm about to get like bit by a snake, like she'll save me. She would. What is my biggest fear? I'm not really afraid of spiders, or the dark. I'm afraid of the dark, but like spiders in the dark. That would be like the worst. And the last question of this section, which is what we're answering, the get to know me questions. What is your astrological sign? I'm a Pisces. I don't really think that's that interesting of a question. But that wraps up the questions. And I've been talking about myself for over 30 minutes. And as you can all tell, my voice ain't too good today. So I am probably gonna call it. But I just want to say thanks again so much for everyone who's been like watching me, subscribe to me, and it's just like very surreal that I get to like make content and do stuff. And there's some really fun content coming up this month. Some of it's already filmed, some of it's about to like I'm in the works. And yeah, I'm just like really grateful for all the opportunities that I've gotten because of my channel. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time.